more, they could pick like a Winter Wyvern as their other support. The other hero that's been popular in a lot of the other qualifiers that we haven't been seeing here at all, that those two are Brewmaster and Tusk.
5 seconds.
To me, it's really surprising that neither one of those two heroes is really seeing a whole lot of play. There's still room in this PSG LGD lineup as well to change tack. Like, they could still go for Medusa here. Their heroes so far are decent with Medusa. They would be leaving the Nature's Prophet part of the lineup behind a little bit, but like Venge is good with Medusa, Sandking's decent enough with Medusa. The Medusa, I don't know how good it is against Naga though. So what, you deal with the illusion. It's kind of this old like Medusa versus illusions setup, right? Where you can build an Ags and your ult is pretty good against illusions, but at the same time Naga Siren can just buy a Diffusal Blade. I mean, the standard build now feels like Diffusal Blade Manta style, and that Mana Burn is going to shred Medusa. So for LGD, I think it might be worth it to just keep on this aggressive timeline. I do like the Naga pick quite a bit for the song here. If PSG LGD are going to be 5-manning and they want good push, that's going to mean that they have to sacrifice on teamfight. They shouldn't be able to have better push and better teamfight than Team Root. So the Naga song is going to be very useful. They can follow this up with a... Disruptor doesn't seem very good at the moment, but something along the lines of your Disruptor, ET, Jakiro. Any of those could be pretty good here as a follow-on from the Naga and PSG LGD. All right, they are going to be going for the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger, a very different hero from what she was previously, but attack speed's still going to be kind of useful for the Nature's Prophet and the Venge, I suppose. They've still got a bunch of aura stacking going on, early Roshan potential with the Treants, and Drow does do, what, I imagine quite a bit of damage now. I personally have not seen the new Drow at all. I know it got picked one game in EU, I think it was, but I haven't watched it, so I don't know. I don't know how this new Drow Ranger works. And I think that game was also like a Drow Wisp. Team Root just going to pick up all 3 of their cores, now grabbing Sniper. So good, well, good deep push hero, good high ground hero. Looks like they're just going to try and play for defending towers and playing for late game in this situation. So maybe just another deep push support coming in. I imagine that they ban the Winter Wyvern, right? Like Winter Wyvern or Jakiro seem like the biggest obstacles. No, actually, okay, still prioritizing the Shadow Shaman. Interesting, interesting. But PSG LGD, what? So probably Prophet Venge supports Drow Ranger safe lane, Sand King off lane. They're just looking for their mid pick. I'm interested to see what they like against the Sniper on mid.
5 seconds
What actually beats Sniper mid? It's mostly stuff that can just get up in his face, right? Anything that can just run at him and kill him repeatedly is normally a pretty good option. So yeah, well, like a Storm Spirit. Team Root, okay, just going to be a Lich. Also fits in that kind of deep push teamfight support category. Not as much really utilizing, they're not super utilizing the Song of the Siren this game. I mean, they can maybe use the song to set up for a Grimstroke ulti and a Stomp or something, but it looks like it's mostly going to be just other forms of teamfight. They can buff the shit out of this Centaur, though. They can Frost Shield him and Ink Swell him and just send him into the fight. And for LGD, what do they like? Do they feel like they need more catch for the Sniper? That would be the big thing. I don't think... Does Ember even do well in lane against Sniper? That sounds pretty miserable.
Weaver. You may now
And PSG LGD, just take the Weaver. So Weaver Drow is not nearly as much of a thing anymore, surely. And it's a maybe Weaver. Weaver versus Sniper mid, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a very common matchup. I do not know what to make of this. We do have the FY Nature's Prophet, so just to support Prophet. We shall have to see how this new Drow Ranger fares. Does seem like LGD, they're pretty squishy on the whole. So I think if this goes late, you do have to favor Team Root at least a little bit. I guess the Weaver is good from the perspective that he can kind of get into the back lines and find the sniper. Should be able to put a lot of pressure on these two supports as well from Team Root, but this is an interesting one. Yep. Good luck, have fun. Nature's Prophet with the Blightstone. Oh, it's going to be... Alright, so the Nature's Prophet is going to go and try and combat the strength of the Grimstroke Centaur lane. He does do a lot of damage. That's for sure. Power Ranger with triple slippers so far. Precision already picked up. So, how much attack speed does he have? 148. Getting 6 bonus attack speed. Oh boy. I mean, that's gonna help the Nature's Prophet at least a little bit, I guess. Naga just gonna be going for some fast Wraith Bands. Nothing too shocking here. Sniper also going for a shitload of Wraith Bands. We've got the Lich up here as well. DDC trying not to show just yet. TR making the exact same bounty rune play that they did in the previous game. Just bringing all 3 heroes up over the top. Oh, DDC, can he get over here in time? No. Looks like he's not actually interested in it. Yeah, taking quite a lot of damage.
The battle begins.
I don't know, he's got regen, but... And oh, they do actually manage to sneak in here with End. He sneaks around and he manages to grab the bounty. So okay, Team Root do actually manage to get 3 out of 4 there. Nicely done for them. And DDC, pretty expensive to be using the Frost Shield early on. And FY already ready to go with this huge swarm of Treants. Not even going to let Yao get past into the lane. They're completely zoning them back. This is so much damage. This lane is strong, but FY is just zoning both of them all by himself. And now all Ame has to do is just control the wave. Oh my god. FY the range good. That was close. I think he was close to being retaliated the centaur. He's actually hitting that just as hard. I can fuck himself and stare unless he cancel it. He thought about it. Alright, it's just damage being traded back here at the top. But LGD seems to be doing well on lanes so far. Bottom lane, how's it going? Oh, weird. Never Riptide first. I don't think there's any point in skilling Riptide if you don't have the image. I feel like much skilling mirror image, just using it to see guys, but alright, a little bit of yeah, I was already chewed through all of his regen. So he has left. Oh god, this seems like ahead of time. PSG LGD knew that they were going to pick this Grimstroke Centaur lane, and they knew that this Nature's Prophet could apparently just trounce. Well, she's on cool. Completely getting dead. Yeah, is this matchup? So what? Maybe give the sentry ward to try and this character's observer. But, the observer is really way back. So nice positioning there from Team Root. Ooh, over here. EDC. I could be cancel effects immediately. Nobody really gained anything there. Alright, House ferried out a bunch more region, but he's zoned out of his lane. The drought ranger is farming. With the arrows. Oh, Weaver almost dead. Shikuchi at mid. Maybe he's gonna be okay. Alright. He's doing okay in terms of stats. We're at a bunch of salves. FY getting going on. Yeah. This skill, couple of auto attacks needed. Well, he's gonna be okay.
Radiant's
Go
top
T
tower
back
is under
home
attack.
and T back out with some protection. And the can't so will end up being probably doesn't have a set. He's still got some tank, but I guess I'm gonna stay low for a little while. And maybe taking the rotation up towards top. This is somewhat unexpected. The mid Weaver making a rotation at 3.5 minutes into the game. Victoria has changed it onto the Drow. He knows that he's just gonna try and get this far. He lays the now over towards he's got a escape here.
Dire's middle tower is
I
under
just need to
attack.
soak a little more experience from these. Don't actually have any way to kill him. Super hitting absolute free from on this side. In the meantime. Even just waiting around for the gold for this south. Victoria, 6, 7, 8. Alright, get it during the TP duration. So they're throwing so much regen into this lane, and Yao only has 7. He's got not 7, 9 CS. Weaver's still just chilling here. I don't know what mid B is doing. Losing his mid tower apparently. Super's got a DD and he's already level 5. They better hope that this Sand King gets a blink and is able to start shutting down the sniper, because this is worrying. FY actually going down. Maybe now revealing himself as they do manage to turn this around into a 1-for-1, but still, I don't think it's worth it if they're sitting 3 heroes up top like this. Nova chasing after DDC. Does Drow almost have 6? Nope, only level 4.5. Bottom lane, they're looking for Neverend. TP down from FY. He's found the real target. He's body blocking him with the Treants. Neverend just going to go for the other direction. DDC helping him out with the Frost Shield. FY tanking the tower now. Does manage to get it off of him. They're still looking for him. Burst strikes back off cooldown and just surrounding down here from FY. And they get this tier 1 tower flowing up. Maybe he just doesn't want to go forward and main apparently. Super still gonna buy a 4 ban. Chow's enough mana for a bird. Now we're looking for these feet now. We're gonna give away the real one. Is now TP coming down from the Grimstroke and the sniper. FY just TPing out. Alright, they managed to force the rotation out of Super. It's a little bit surprising. Yes, we not Weaver rotating feels can also be moving or having dragged away from so maybe be able to go and grab a more armors. Why instead of a big house. Nova actually smoked. Where are they gonna go? Down towards top. They're gonna look at Yao, but that's just FY running over there. Both of their stuns are on the bottom side of the map. X-Nova's smoke gets broken. He's got enough observer wards in his inventory that it might not be obvious that he just warded here. So that one might be able to stick around for a little bit longer. FY coming in with those Treant body blocks. Yao taking damage. Doesn't have, well, it does have a TP. Stomping up onto the Treants. DDC with his TP and the Frost Shield able to save him, but almost 6. Weaver at the mid lane getting brought down by Super. Does have this Sentry Wood sitting in the lane, so it's like nice and easy, just kind of auto attacking him to death, and then got the Assassinate off. Yeah, I don't know about this. Is there anything else that could have taken into this Super lane? In this Weaver? Really don't know about this Weaver. Get the Minotaur. Maybe running down here, and everything swell. They're looking for the stop. He goes through shadows. Already on top of him, knows what's going on. Gonna be looking for a stroke. Maybe thinking him Grim still looking really nicely. He gained a lot of HP off of that salve. Can Victoria actually make it out of here? Yao dies up top.
Is under attack.
Victoria's the shrine is ready. Is being swell again. It's still on the road to turn around, trying for this. Just get it. So much armor. As soon as maybe touches, lose so much HP. Nowhere for the Grand Strokes. And what? The all of time to Sal and the shrine. So I don't know how good that actually ended up being for Team Root. Naga's just headed into the jungle. Farming up in there. But bad sign for Team Root that they are losing these towers so early. And Yao just died up top once again. They're just gonna have to rely on Super. I think that's the only play here. Sniper did manage to take out the mid tower. Yep, Sniper, yeah. Wait. Yeah, Super got the last hit on that one. Alright, so Sniper's farmed. That's good. Everything else, bad. Everything else is not going very well. This Nature's Prophet has almost as much net worth as the Naga Siren. FY is tanking up with the double bracer. Try for the TP out. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Did not manage to interrupt that TP, and away he goes. So they know that Super is up top now. They're just going to avoid him, I would imagine. Rare Ranger does have the level 6, hoping for some procs on the Ancients. Get it? Alright. And I made no points in Gust here, just maxing out Frost Arrows and the Precision Aura. Popping that for the creep wave to push a little bit faster. They're running forward right past this Observer Ward. So Team Root know what's going on. Can choose to take a team fight here. No mana really to speak of on the Lich, and the Naga running over here, but I think it's just to farm some neutrals and maybe take the Shrine. They're completely abandoning the bottom side of the map, just leaving the Grimstroke down there to push it out a little bit as he awkwardly misses the creep wave on the Stroke of Fate.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Normally, the fact that the Stroke of Fate starts from your left side is almost completely irrelevant until you're standing right next to the creep wave and you miss. Then you feel dumb. But... Alright, we've got the Bouncy Runes spawning up. Whoop. Alright, FYT being on top of Victoria, who's just forced to TP himself out. The SG LGD are looking for this bottom tier 2 tower. Team Root probably going to try and take out the top tier 1. Super's still just farming up here. He's going to go for a Mask of Madness as the build. Team Root, it's very much all about that build, that bend but don't break gameplay. They're going to have to keep giving away towers, but they have to try and slow it down as much as they can. And they got to get to the Blink Dagger on the Centaur and some items on the Naga Siren. Their lineup probably actually kicks in, really, once they get pushed back to the tier 3s. Super not sitting in the lane. Yao does get the last hit on that tower, so a little bit more gold going his way. Maybe just building up some treads. Going to be going for a Deso after that. Maybe helping a Roshan attempt or something. A little Ancient stack here as well for Ame to try and clear through. Yeah, they've really completely taken over this Radiant side of the map. Chalice with the Vanguard is going to be going for the Blink shortly after that. And for the most part, they just seem to be ignoring the Sniper. LGD farming across the whole map. 5k net worth advantage. Got a 2k experience lead. FYI just going to be going for a Medallion here. And Team Root are smoked up. Got the Soulbind already skilled on the Grimstroke. Looking for something. They just still have some vision around here, so they know that there are heroes down here. They're looking towards Ame. Try and lock him down. They don't have a point in the ensnare, but they do have the song, so I don't think he'll be able to TP out. Now Sinister Gaze ends up interrupting. Ame just looking for this kill on DDC. Will be able to find it. I think he got a proc on that last hit. And down goes DDC. But still, very nice kill. Drow, far and away the most farmed hero in the game at the moment. And it was Grimstroke who got the last hit, so a little bit more gold for him, working towards those arcanes. And Super now setting his sights on this bottom tier 1 tower. They just opt for the 20 damage, not gonna go for a Midas or anything weird. And is gonna be going for a Desolator up next. A little bit surprised not to see the Maelstrom on the Sniper, to be honest. This team does do decent physical damage, so this isn't too much of a surprise. Never End, making some nice stacking plays. Getting this farm up. Ooh, PSG LGD with an early Roshan. They've got the medallion. They've got 3 points in the Wave of Terror. This is going down pretty quickly. They got the chance to tank it up as well. Did they bring any salves or anything? FY is actually TPing, just threatening bottom, making this a little bit less obvious. Ooh, they've actually managed to sprout Roshan in. Nice. Avoiding a little bit of damage with that. FY now tanking. Alright, easy. Aegis for Ame. He's just going for a Yasha. Chalice is rotating towards mid. 1700 gold towards his blink. They look towards his tier 1. Sadistic Gaze into Chalice. A little bit of trouble. Gets the burn strike through onto 2. Epicenter being channeled up. They've already lost DDC. Yao taking some big damage off of this. They've got the silence on the Sand King, but he's still quite tanky in the backline. Isolated by the Sprout. But who's actually found who? FY pays for this with his life, but they will end up getting the Sniper. And that was the big target that they really needed to kill to continue this push. LGD do just split up though. And back to farm stations over in the Radiant Jungle. X-Nova looking for this D-Ward. Will not be able to find it though. I guess realizing that there must have been some vision down here earlier when they ran at the draft, but didn't find the right spot. The fact that the Naga Siren can't contribute at all to these fights is really a pretty big problem for Team Root. Especially since LGD are just 5-manning so heavily. Cool. FY coming in here, putting down some sneaky, impossible observer wards. Spots the courier, but I'm not going to take any swings at it. Wrath of Nature comes bouncing through. They found the Sniper once again, maybe getting on top of him. Super, nothing that he can do. He throws down a shrapnel, but he's already dead, and with no Sniper, there's not a whole lot of damage, so they just chase for more. DDC next on the chopping block, and PSG LGD making the plays. FY now TPing down, gets the Sprout over onto the Grimstroke. He's doing a little bit of damage, but it looks like he's also going to end up falling. PSG LGD. They are just dominating this game. Team Root. Again, I think they gain a little bit of strength once their backs are up against the high ground, but Centaur, even with all of that gold that he started getting after getting that last hit on the tier 1 tower up top, just decided to go for the Vanguard. Didn't even pick up the Blink Dagger. He's maxed Retaliate here. And yeah, sure. Pressures top a little bit and just goes for the TP up. But the Centaur is just a body in this game. They don't even really have anybody else to stampede in. I guess he's just going to stampede forward and hopefully find a hoof stomp. But I just worry that he gets burrow struck or something like that. And down he goes. Oh. Team Root, who smoke up, scan completely reveals this from the Dire. Like LGD suspect what's going on and they're just going to back up. Might even be able to make a play here. Chalice over in the trees. They smoke up themselves. Chalice at the front. And they're coming up this high ground. Not in a great position. The 2 supports from Team Root did choose to stay on the low ground so that they could get this Observer Ward over here. But that immediately gets de-warded by Chalice. That sentry was only going to stick around for a tiny bit longer. The battle is for this top tier 1, but maybe is actually wrapping around. It's going to get spotted. They see that they don't actually have the Weaver here just yet. They go onto the Sand King, but he's quite tanky. He gets silenced up, but he manages to kill it off. Now he gets the Burrow Strike through onto 2. Yao on the front lines. That Vanguard not doing anything for him, and now maybe can connect on the other side of this fight. They've already brought down one more. Super just getting auto attack from outside of the song. Oh, almost brought down. Saved by the Frost Shield, will be able to escape with the TP, but PSG LGD just swarming the top tier 1. They bring this down. Nice easy team fight. Chalice very tanky on the front lines. And the PSG LGD still have this Aegis for another minute, so should just be able to continue the push. They've been so effective at just finding the sniper in the back lines every single time. Frost Shield's gonna slow this push a little bit, but they've got the Desolator on the Weaver. But as soon as that Frost Shield is over, Tier 2 tower just 100% dead. And at this point, PSG LGD probably just one more Roshan away from thinking about the high ground. 11k net worth lead, heading towards 10k experience, and win probability really loving them at the moment, 94%. I still think the sniper is going to be strong with his backup against the high ground, but they have to protect him. This Naga still just doesn't really do anything. Still working on the Manta style, doesn't even have the Diffusal Blade just yet. They found out VGC, just trying to get some D wards. But this Observer Ward from LGD has been so value. It set up the triple kill earlier, starting with the sniper. I think it may have, I don't think it scouted that smoke, but it may have seen a hero down here or something, and it gave them an idea that that smoke was going on. Neverend has been found over here in the trees. Alright, just gonna go for the TP out. It's fine. FY's already got a Solar Crest. Every little move from LGD just saying that this is our map. What the hell are you doing? They're not letting Team Root outside of the base at all. The only farm that they're getting is really whatever arrives at their doorstep, because all three lanes are getting pushed at the moment. Drow just gonna be going for an Aghanim Scepter. Tanking's picked up the Crimson Guard. Tentar's just going for the Crimson Guard, not even bothering trying to go for the blink here. Not really sure if I agree with this build. But his lane just went so poorly. That support Nature's Prophet was a big bully. I think the best play that FY made was actually when he had 4 Treants waiting as the creep wave arrived, and they just both stood here, and I mean this is gonna look like a stupid face, but they they both just stood here and hit them, and there was nothing that Team Root could do. I think Centaur had already skilled Retaliate, so they didn't have any threat of like, oh, I'm gonna run forward and Inkswell stomp you or anything. So, what is normally considered to be an extremely strong lane, the Grimstroke plus the Centaur, just got completely shut out, and now what have they done for the rest of this game? Sniper's got his Deso, okay. Good damage for Super. There's a double damage Weaver around here though. And oh my god, they've already gotten a ward inside of the base. Nature's Prophet TPing in there. So PSG LGD probably just going to come in and push it down at bottom. I was saying that the sniper is strong when he's got his back up against the high ground, but if there's a ward inside of your base, not the case. The Sand King's going to jump you, the Nature's Prophet's going to TP on top of you. It's not going to be a fun time. Yao thinks that he's tanky, but this double damage Weaver thinks otherwise. Frost Shield's going to help him for a little bit. The Stomp does connect, but now the Burrow Strike has found out the sniper. They do Song to try and protect him. The Stampede also coming out as they bring down the Weaver. Team Root had everybody here waiting. Chalice going to take some auto attacks, but still quite tanky. TP coming in. FY actually in a pretty compromising position. Yao just auto attacking him down. Chalice finds a 2-man Burrow Strike. Ex-Nova with the swap out, but the Chain Frost is just bouncing everywhere, and PSG LGD, they thought they could make a quick pickoff happen on the Centaur. But Team Root were in the right place. The Naga Siren finally contributing something with a good Song disengage. I mean, he did the same thing at top, protecting the sniper. And they find a 4-for-1. Very nice. They didn't have the Drow Ranger in that fight. Ame was just off farming on the other side of the map. Roshan will be respawning in 1 minute, so both teams should be back to full strength by that time. But the Naga almost has the important 2 items with the Manta and the Diffusal Blade. After that point, she is going to do pretty significant damage. Sniper just going for a BKB. FY going for a Hex. Gonna take him a little bit to be able to farm that. PSG, LGD back to the back to the drawing board a little bit. If they'd gotten the sniper pick off at bottom, they would have rotated the drow in and tried to push the high ground, but Team Root playing much more grouped up, just sending Yao down the lanes and everybody else kind of backing him up. DDC, as you can see, always chilling in range to be able to get the frost shield out. They get the swap away on the centaur. Now the defensive abilities can't come quickly enough. They do still manage to get it out. They've actually got the fear over onto FY. He TP'd into a pretty dangerous position. Yao still alive, but only for a tiny bit longer. FY does end up going down to 1-for-1 so far. They're chasing further, looking for the supports. Buyback from Yao. Chalice waiting over here. Spots the Yao TP in, and they will be able to isolate him. Super moving into position, but needs to be careful about what he does here. Revealing himself, he's just auto-attacking, but maybe still going to be fine. He gets the time-lapse off, and now FY TPing into the back lines. He's got the Solar Crest onto the sniper, and this time around, End is not fast enough with the Song of the Siren to save him. The damage from Maybe is ridiculous with the Solar Crest. They bring down one more. The Lich getting caught outside of the base, and PSG LGD, this was the opportunity that they've been looking for. Sniper might even be forced to buy back here. He does. With being used, Grimstroke also buying back, but PSG LGD undeterred. Even with the triple buyback, they still want this tier 3, and they're just sticking around for it. A couple more auto attacks to take it. The Frost Shield, Chalice, nice burst strike a little bit further away. Gets hit by the Phantom. Almost dead, and will actually end up falling. Super, if he dies at any point from now before his buyback's back up, that's going to be big trouble. But DDC managed to get the Sinister Gaze onto Ame. He turns around with the auto attacks, tries to bring down DDC similar to bottom lane, but not going to get it. FY right back at it again with the split push, but ooh, LGD overstaying their welcome may actually come with a price, as Roshan has respawned and Never End is pinging this out. They head straight into the pit. They do take this pretty quickly. Yeah, they've got Super here on the sniper, and this would make up so nicely for the fact that he bought back in that previous engagement. And this was supposed to be the tool that PSG LGD had to be able to push up onto the high ground, but instead now it's just going to be another 5 minutes of farm for the Naga and another 5 minutes of farm for this sniper. I don't think Team Root are going to be making too many aggressive plays with this. If the sniper gets caught out outside of the base, he might still just die twice in a team fight, but it's going to give them a little bit more farm security. Can they afford a gem? That would be really nice at this point. Lich has got enough money, but DDC doesn't really have any other items to speak of. But they got to get these D wards. They can't afford these observers to just keep on scouting out everything that they're doing. And yeah, alright, did just opt to complete the Crimson Guard. So still no sign of a blink from him just yet. Okay, Ame's got enough money for his Aghanim Scepter in a second.
Dire's top tower is under
Okay,
attack.
so you can see it when marksmanship procs.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
Top tower getting denied by FY. I said that he was going to take a little bit to get this this Hex, but with the 30 damage talent and all the bonus attack speed, he's actually doing pretty nicely. And once he has that up, that's going to be a very big deal. But for Team Root, the game plan has not changed. Just kind of turtle up inside of their base. They don't want to let PSG LGD have all of the bounties for free. Chalice baiting with the Sandstorm a little bit. Team Root coming out here all together. Naga in the front lines does have the Song. Invis Rune for the Weaver. They look over towards Never, and Chalice channeling up the Epicenter. He jumps in. If they can burst the Naga, then there's no saving Song. And he's gone. They're also going to end up losing the Lich. The Chain Frost is bouncing everywhere, though. They've got a double, it looks like, from the Grimstroke ultimate. In the backline, Sniper's being brought down the first time. They buy back onto the Naga Siren, coming in to try and save him now. Super getting run at. They get the net over onto the Weaver, but maybe just time lapses it out as the Stomp comes through. And now Ame arrives on the scene, doing tons of damage to the Centaur. Super needs to retreat up onto the high ground. FY's not going to let him go. He comes in with the Sprout. There is going to be a Song. They look to surround the Drow Ranger, but can they actually take this fight? Who are they going to try and stomp? Yao's looking for it. He doesn't get it. The Burst Strike comes through. Super's just being auto-attacked by FY. Chalice now jumping into the base. Super's popped his BKB. He's just trying to man-fight his way out of this one, but the rest of LGD run up onto the high ground. They bring him down, and PSG LGD now find their opportunity on the high ground once again. Quickly getting through the tier 3. Backdoor protection is enabled, but the creep wave is not too far away, and it's only the Naga trying for this defense. Come on, backdoor protection. What do you need? All right, backdoor protection down. Wait, it's still on. Okay, now it's gone. Swing over to mid. Sniper's still dead for 50 seconds. Ooh, the jump on that Naga Siren was so nice. Frost Shield's gonna slow this a little bit, but PSG LGD top tier 3 basically dead, mid tier 3 gone. Team Root one team fight away from losing this game. Sniper just desperately trying to get to a 4-staff and get his Hurricane Pike so he can get away from all of this jump that's happening. The Nature's Prophet just TPing right on top of him every single time. And Prophet almost has that Hex. Snipers... Well, I mean, this BKB has not turned out to do a ton for him, unfortunately. Weaver's just going for a Daedalus. I guess you don't really need... I guess that's the other reason to go for the Deso this game, huh? You have a ton of attack speed from the Drought Aura, so it kind of tips the balance of itemization in favor of just going for raw damage items. Naga's going for a Butterfly. He's gonna do a lot of damage if they can actually get on top of anybody, but with no Centaur Blink Dagger, I just don't know how Team Root actually lock anybody down or how they find these initiations. So instead, back to just defending the high ground. Super does have... Wait, does he have a Dragonlance now? No, he's actually... Okay, he's not even getting the whole Pike. He's just gonna buy the 4-staff to try and get out of this Sprout. He's getting the full Sprout-easy treatment and FY. Oh god. He's got as much net worth as this Sniper. He's got his Hex picked up. Why are you outside? Wait. Why are we outside of the base, Team Root? What are we doing here? They're going for X-Nova. Chalice is going to find a good opportunity here with the Epicenter. He's channeling it up. They jump into the back lines. They found the Sniper. Once again, he didn't pop the BKB. Super's almost gone. He's actually just going to die to the Swarm. Maybe finishes him off. Pops the BKB. 3 already dead. DDC tries for the TP out. Does manage to get out, but it's already game. Good game called by Team Root. Super's out of there. He's disconnected, and LGD with that may have just claimed the #1 spot here, or pretty much locked themselves into the #1 spot for Group A as they do take the 2-0 over the next closest team. They were tied with 4 points apiece at the beginning of this series, but now LGD shooting out in front with 7 points. And just very clean execution. The FY Nature's Prophet completely dominant in the top lane, TP'd bottom, started turning that lane. Well, I don't think he turned it around, but starting winning that lane as well. The Naga Siren never really felt like she did anything this game. The song save was good a couple of times, but in terms of her damage and actually threatening anyone, it just wasn't there. And yeah, Team Root ended up feeling pretty passive in comparison to what LGD were able to accomplish. LGD just